Okay, Romy. Okay, we are live. This is the live grooming of a cutie pie. His name's Romeo. He's a golden doodle. He's a really sweet boy. He's I don't think I can't remember him giving me any issues really for anything. You can hear one of my other puppies waiting to go home. Her name is Vienna. She's a pretty cute girl. There might be a couple interruptions. I'm waiting for 2 people to pick up their dogs. But we'll go ahead and get started. Happy Cinco de Mayo for anyone celebrating that. Romeo's going to get a haircut on his body. We're going to do a clip-on, teddy bear face. But he doesn't need to have any length taken off of his body before. Hey, Vienna. She figures if I'm talking, she should talk too, so that makes sense. Before the bath, I will shave his ears, pads of his feet, and his sani, and then we'll cut his nails. And then after that, we'll take him back and we'll go give him a bath. So let's go ahead and start with our number 10 blade. We'll shave out the inside of his ears, since he's at the perfect height for that. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh, goodness. Careful, buddy. Okay, ears are all shaved. Go ahead and stand him up. I'm going to lift the table up a little bit higher. We're going to shave the pads of his feet. Wait. Wait. Hang on. Hang on, Lily. Okay, just a little wiggly. When I shave the pads of his feet, I try to keep the clipper in a V shape, following the main pad and shaving in between the pad and the toe pads, the paw pad and the toe pads. What you don't want to do is make an X shape and accidentally shave between the toes. You can actually cause an injury that way and cut the skin between those 2 toes. So I always stay in that V shape as I'm shaving these pads, and I shave from the top side as well as from the bottom side. See? Always being just a little wiggly. He's saying, hey, give me my foot back, and I'm just being like, hey, no. Can I keep it? And it's a little dance that we're doing. Okay, give me just one moment. My next customer's here. Okay, sorry for that delay. Ended up having 2 customers and then had to reschedule an appointment. So where were we? Did we get your pads shaped? Looks like we were in the middle of it. Just go over his pads again. See this foot? Oh yeah, I got that foot already. This one looks good too. There we are. And now we're going to shave his Sammy. Be careful not to lift his leg too high. I'll never want to lift it above his hips. I'll try to keep it below his hips. Really as low as I can keep it is the ideal position. Okay, now we'll check his bum, see if he has any hairs on his bum. Looks like he does. Got a little mess back there. We're gonna use a blade that already needs to be cleaned. Got a few little dingleberries. Just gonna shave all these off. Okay, buddy. Alright. To help with his face drying faster, I'm gonna take off what I can. Wait, Romeo. Okay. This is 2 inch. Okay, so this is going to go over his eyes. Oh. Apparently the blade wasn't locked in. There we go. His beard is just a teeny bit tangled up, so the clip-on's having a little bit of a hard time getting through the hair. I'm kind of wiggling it back and forth just to help it get through. If there's any tight mats, that won't help, and it just won't go through. But he just has some itty bitty little things. He's in good shape. Looks like there might be a little one back there, and that's common. By the ears, by the neck, there's a lot of movement, and wherever there's a lot of movement, your chances of tangles increase a lot. Okay, that's about all we're going to go get right there. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of brushing. Back of his ears, underneath his ears. He does have a few tangles there. He might have a couple under his neck as well, or around his collar, I mean. So that would be good for his head. Go ahead and leave that right there. Let's go ahead, brush out. Do my detangling spray. And I'm going to brush all around his ears. If you don't brush out the mats before you bathe, those spots might not come clean, and it has a tendency to tighten the knots that are already there, which makes it a little bit harder to brush. We're just going to try to brush all this out before the bath if we can. If there's teeny tangles, it won't matter, but if they're big enough that the clip-on won't go through, then I want to go after it. Good boy. Go ahead and move the leash down, lower on his neck, so I can brush underneath where it sits. Okay. Okay. Okay, last thing that we're going to do before the bath is, well, let me check his tail. Nice little tangle here. I think I can actually cut this out. Okay, that'll be alright. The rest of his tail feels good. We're going to cut his nails, and then we'll head back and give him a bath. Have a quick snack. Good boy. Good boy. I know. Yeah, you're okay. His dew claws look a little funny. Get a better look at it. Make sure I don't cut too much. So they broke a little bit. One side of the outer shell broke off. So he might have been chewing and broke that off. He might have been playing and broke it a little bit. It's really common when the nails get long. This one looks good, but it also is a little broken, but not as bad. If you're wanting to cut your dog's nails at home, I made a video on how to do it. It's called How to Cut Dog Nails Perfect Every Time. If you're watching this live, you just have to search for it. But if you're watching after the live is over, I'll try to link it somewhere in the description or a little box up top that you can click on. I go over how you can recognize broken nails, how to know how far you can cut, and as well as the nail anatomy so that you can really understand how to cut the nails properly. Good boy, Romeo. It's being just a little wiggly, but not bad. Okay. Wait. Check for dew claws on the back. He doesn't have any. Make sure I got them all. Okay. All right, big guy. All right, now I'm going to set him down. Oh, actually, let's pluck his ears first. Bring the table down just a little bit. And it's important that you shave the ears first so that the only hairs that are exposed are hairs that are growing on the inside. We don't want to pluck anything that's on the outside of the ear canal, only what's growing deep inside of it. Plucking that hair helps allow light and air to get down into the ear canal, which helps prevent ear infections, and it allows the yeast that naturally develops to just die because light and air can get in there, and yeast can't grow if it's aired out or if light is getting in there. So. Good boy. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, Romeo. Oh, it's that little man. Wait. Okay. All done. Give him a little ear rub, just in case it's a little itchy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You're such a beautiful boy. Okay, so I'm going to put him down, get the back camera on, and then we'll get to bathing him just as soon as I can get that up. So give me just a moment, and we'll get back in the bathing room. good boy. I went to pick him up and he's like, no, I got it. Leg dried it in for me. What a sweetheart. Okay, so I'm going to warm up the water first, and then I'll turn the shampooer on. It'll mix the shampoo for me. We'll wash his body. After his body is washed, I'll turn the mixer off, rinse his head, and wash it by hand. So I'll talk to you more once we get to that point. Okay, we're gonna scrub his bum. He had just a little bit of poop stuck back there, so we're gonna make sure that that's nice and clean. Don't want anything left. I made a mistake earlier today, and I was drying an Akita as part of what the mess is in here, but got to her bum, and I realized that there was still poop on it, so I had to put her back in the tub and finish washing that off. Okay, now I'm going to have the water pressure really low. First I'll clear the line out. The water pressure really low, and I'm going to try to avoid getting water in his ears and in his nose and the mouth. But it's okay if it gets in his eyes as long as the water pressure is low like this. We'll rinse his head, and then we'll wash it after. Wait. And if you were going to wash your dog at home, this is how you'd want to do it. You first get them wet. Any dry spots, you want to make sure that they get wet. If you leave a dry spot, the soap won't lather in that spot. And you'll either have to waste a bunch of soap trying to get it wet, or just re-wet the dog in order to get the soap to lather. Then you take your diluted, mixed shampoo, and I'm going to try to avoid getting it in his eyes, but if it does, it's okay. This is gentle stuff, and I'll rinse his eyes out after, but I'll try to get this soap everywhere, and then lather it all in. If any part of his face or ears doesn't lather, then I need to apply more soap. But if it's dry, I need to apply more water first, and then I can apply more soap. And if you were bathing your dog at home, this is this is how you do it. You get them all wet, and you just start applying soap. And I recommend doing it in small sections because the soap will run off their body, and then they'll also dry up a little bit just sitting there, and then it won't lather as well. So work on one section at a time, maybe starting with the head, and then do the shoulders and one of the legs, and then do the other leg, and then just continue on one section at a time until the dog's all washed, and then you can rinse him off. Do a little more soap under the ear, on his chin, his muzzle. And I'm just rubbing this until it's fully lathered. If it doesn't lather up, I'll apply more soap. Really common that under the ears, it's really greasy. So you have to apply a little bit more soap there. You have to scrub just a little bit longer. That's just that earwax that builds up and comes out of the ear. There we go. Now it's lathering up real good. To the other ear. Come here, mommy. It looks like a little more needs to be under his eye, and I think, yeah, his muzzle on this side. Okay. All right, now I'm going to rinse. I don't think I got any soap in his eyes, but I'm going to treat it as if I did. Put the water pressure really low, rinse out his eyes, and get all the soap off of his face while trying to avoid any of it getting in his nose and his ears. Wait. Okay, Mommy. Good boy. Wait. Hang on. Hang on. Good. Good boy. Wait. Good boy. Okay, I'll pin this ear down. Kind of rinse one half of his head at a time. Rinse underneath his ear. Same thing on the other side. And if at any point while I'm rinsing around his ears, he has a strong desire to shake, I'm going to step away and let him shake because I might have gotten water in his ears. I want to make sure that if you do that, you let them shake it out. That way you don't have any problems. Good. face is fully rinsed. I'm going to loosen the collar, turn up the water, start rinsing under there, we'll get his whole body rinsed. Okay. Last step, finishing the bath, is I'm going to wring out as much of the soap, squeegee it out, or soap, as much of the water as I can, and I'm checking for soap along the way. If it feels slippery or soapy, I'll check my hand and see if there's any soap bubbles on it, and rinse that off if I do find any. It's a really important step. It's way better to find it now and just rinse it off than when you're drying. Then you have to get the dog wet again while you rinse it off, or you might miss it altogether, and then the dog ends up with a really itchy spot. If they can scratch it, they'll scratch that spot until it's raw, and that's how you end up with hot spots. So if your dog is itching a certain spot after they've gotten a bath or after they've gone to the groomer, you might check and see if there's any soap and rinse off that spot that they're itching. Because sometimes, you know, groomers make mistakes. And if you bathe them yourself at home, it's really easy to make that mistake. So just give them a good rinse and see if that takes care of it. All right, we're going to towel dry little Romeo. The bottom of my tub does have a little bit of water in it. So I'm not going to do his feet until I'm on that drying table over there. But I'm just going to try to get his back, his ears, his neck, get some of this dry. And I'm going to try to squeeze out the excess water in his feet right before I take him out. Now we'll bring him over to this drying table. Good boy. You're such a cutie. Oh, I love this guy. Such a sweet boy. Doodles are some great dogs. They got some really cute personalities. Hang on, don't walk off the table. Now this next part with the drying takes a while. It'll probably take me about 35 minutes. So if you don't want to watch that, or you get bored, you can check back in probably about 30, 35 minutes from now. and he'll be all dry, and then we'll start finishing his haircut. But the way that this is going to work, I'm going to use both of my blow dryers, and I'll start slowly. I'll start with the dryers off of him, and I'll put them on high. Ah, you need a shake? Good boy. Good shake. Get as much of that water off as we can. But once I see if he's okay with the dryers, both of them being on at the same time, if he's wiggling around, spinning, acting scared, I'll turn one off. That way I can keep one hand on him while I do it. But pretty sure Romeo's great for this, just like he's been great for everything else. And we'll be able to use both dryers on his body. As soon as his body is almost dry, I'll turn the one dryer off and finish his body with the single dryer on high. And once his body is completely dry, I'll turn the high-powered dryer to about half speed or half the power, and we'll dry his face. I'm not going to talk to you while I'm drying. You won't be able to hear me anyways, so not going to worry about that. It does get loud, so you might want to lower your volume if you're watching it live. I'm trying to set up the camera so that it's not too loud, but I can't watch and see how it is because I'm here doing this. So sorry if it sucks. You know, it sucks to suck. Sometimes I suck, but hopefully not. Okay, he's just about dry. Last step that we're gonna do before we actually start drying him is I'm gonna put my earbuds in. This reduces the noise for me. These dryers are very loud. And we're gonna give Romeo some of his own earplugs in the form of cotton balls. Cotton balls work great. Sometimes when I forget my earbuds, I tear a little piece of cotton off, shove it in my ears, and it works surprisingly well. Okay, let's get this party started.
Romeo did not want his face dried. We had to work for it, didn't we, buddy? And he's sweet. He never got upset with me at all. He just didn't want it done, so he's trying to get away. We just have to pull the dryer away, work slowly from afar, and then you know, be persistent and just asking him to hold still, and eventually we're able to get it done. Okay, we're gonna head back up front. I'll get the front cameras going, and then we will finish Romeo's haircut. Let's go, buddy. Okay. We got Romeo back on the table. Need a sip of some coffee. Grab a bite of a protein bar. We'll keep powering through. I'm going to start by brushing out his tail. Spray the leave-in conditioner. Also works as a detangling spray. And if you're brushing your dog's tail at home and you want to be able to do it yourself, highly recommend one of these long-haired slicker brushes, or long bristle. This brand is Flying Perfect. Get it on Amazon. Phenomenal brush. When you're actually brushing, you can hear the brush going through the tangles, and it scratches, makes that scratchy sound. Once that scratchy sound goes away, you have gotten through all the tangles. So if you listen, a little scratchy. And now it's quiet. So the tangles are all out of that spot. Now I'm going to move to the underside. Anywhere you hear the scratching, there's still a tangle there. And once that scratchy sound goes away, that's how you know that that spot is tangle free. Hang on, but I know. Romeo's being a bit of a wiggle worm today. Yes, you're being a wiggle worm, aren't you, buddy?
Check. I think the tail is fully brushed now. And to check that, I'll take my metal tooth comb and run it through. If it goes through, no problem, then the tangles are all gone. If it gets stuck, like it did right there, it means there's a tangle still. So I have to brush it again. Hang on, Romeo. Try it again. Looks like it's going through. Okay, the tail is all brushed out. I'll do the same thing for the ears. Go ahead and pull the cotton balls out. Check if they're dirty. This one has a tiny bit of wax on it. Not much. This one also just a tiny bit. So I'll reuse these and we'll clean his ears out with those cotton balls first, and then I might need to grab a couple more. So you can hear the brush is doing its work. Scratching through. Scratching through sounds bad. But as it's brushing through, you hear that scratching as it's going over the tangles. And it's pulling like just 1 or 2 hairs out at a time from the mat. That's why there's so many bristles. Each one tries to pull out 1 or 2 hairs at a time. And once you stop hearing that scratchy sound, then it has gotten the tangle all brushed out. But really, it's lots and lots of tangles that are being worked on at the same time. Until eventually you'll be down to just maybe 1 or 2, and then you'll hear it get quiet. Mats are all free. Ear is mat free. English is hard. I'm just a pet groomer, everybody. Don't expect me to do math and speak proper English, okay? We're just gonna brush over his face. Good boy. We brushed out underneath his ears and then part of his chin before the bath. So this is really just making sure that I've got it. Come here, Romeo. Hold still, big guy. Hold still. Okay. Now we're gonna remove this brush, or lower the leash, brush out around his neck. Just make sure that there's no tangles there. Where he did have some tangles before, I'm gonna try not to brush his whole body and see if the clip-on will go through it. It'll save me a lot of time if I don't have to brush out his entire body, but if it keeps getting snagged and hung up when I am shaving through, then we'll just have to go over his whole body with the brush before we can finish him. Hoping there's just a few around his neck from his collar. Wait, stay. Romeo, you are being a wiggle worm today. Yes. Yes. Wiggle worm. Thanks for the kiss. Sweet boy. Sweet little wiggly boy. Okay. Let's see if we can get his face, all the shaving done on his face.
And his ears. His ears and the back of his head are going to be the same length, 7/8. Come on, Romeo. Hold still, bud. Gotta tighten the leash. He's wanting to just walk right up, right towards the edge and just stand right on the edge. Makes me nervous. Pretty easy for him to slip when they do that. We'll just shave the inside, the outside, as well as the back of his head with this 7/8. Wait, come here, Romeo. Well, hey. Hold still, Romeo. Come on, old boy. Hold still. Okay, now we're going to do the front of his, over his eyes, around his muzzle and his chin. A little bit longer. This is 1 1/4 inch. Okay. And we get wrong one. Stay. Romeo. Come on, bud. What's that? Let's go. Oh, brother. You're being a wild boy today. Hold still. Hold still. Okay. His face is all shaved. Stay. I'm going to go ahead and shave his tail with a 2 inch. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. Don't worry, Romeo. Be happy. Oh boy. Hold still. Okay. Done all the shaving on his body, or his head, his ears, and his tail. Now we're going to do a half inch clip-on on his body, and see if I can get away with not brushing it all out first. But we might get snagged up and have to stop and just brush it all out. Come here, Omi. Sit. Sit. We're going to do all around his neck. Need my brush. You stay. I got a back brush. Wait, no. Looking good. No, put it, Romeo. Stay. Okay. Come here. Oh, Romeo. He's a wild man. Okay, now we're just gonna go over his body with this half-inch clip-on. I'll shave over it, and then I'll back brush and go over it again. Help me get it nice and smooth. And we'll just keep doing this until his body is all shaved, body and legs, and then we'll move on to his feet.
Here, buddy. Hold still. Stay. Stay. The unfortunate part about not having them all brushed out is the tangles end up getting caught in the clip-on. I have to remove it and get the hair out that's stuck between the clip-on and the blade. And right here, he's wanting to kind of lift his leg up and just kind of pull it away a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm holding right above his knee. This is what we call a leg lock. And you don't have to squeeze too hard, but you just squeeze right above the knee, and it kind of keeps their legs straight so they can't bend it very well. And that helps me get a lot of the lower part of his foot. It's a really convenient tool to use when they're being just a little bit wiggly, want to bend their legs, and kind of don't want their legs shaved, which is really typical. Wait, Robbie, wait. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah. This is silly. Stay. You're okay. It's okay. Hang on. I know. I know. Don't want it. We're gonna get it done real quick. Okay, that leg looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's about as good as I can get it with this clip-on. Once we're done shaving his body, I'll go over his legs and his feet again with my brush and my scissors. Here, buddy. It's warm in here. That nice in-between spring weather where it's cool in the morning and then it's a little warm in the afternoon. Oh. Just gonna turn the AC on. Mulan. If anyone was guessing. And you haven't got a clue how I make a man out of you. Survive. Strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. I love classic Disney movies. I'm a 90s baby. Mulan, Aladdin, The Lion King. Those were staples of my childhood. Wait. Wait. A mistake I often made as a newer groomer was not clearing that hair out. And once it's built up, your blades just don't cut smoothly. And I couldn't figure out why it was taking me so dang long to get the dog smooth. And it really wasn't coming smooth because I had a bunch of hair stuck in there. Go. Okay. I think the right legs are done. Let's just go ahead and catch his belly. Make sure I just finish this side up. Good. Sit. Stop. Don't go. Let's go.
What? What, buddy? That leg's good. Finish up his ribs and his belly. Here, Romy. Wait. Stay. Come on, Romy. Come here, little wiggly boy. Little wiggly boy. Back leg is almost done. Just have to finish the inside, front and the back, the bottom. Go over the outside again. Maybe I'm not almost done. But we're getting close. Okay, let's see. Approach the inside. Stay. Come on, Romy.
Okay. Just gonna finish up this leg. Just got a little bit more to do on the bottom half of it, inside and outside, and then we'll get to scissoring the feet. And another bite. Wait. Okay. We're all done shaving. Clear off my table. I'm gonna start finishing his feet. Let's see, where'd my scissors go? Oh, start with you. Sorry. To finish the feet, I'm gonna flip it upside down, brush all the hair down past the bottom, and trim all the hairs that are coming past the pads themselves. What's the wrong one? There, buddy. Oh. Now I'll back brush, and I'm going to round the outside and the top of his foot. Stay. And foot looks good. Do the same thing to this one. Start at the bottom. Around the top. Now I'm just back brushing and blending the foot that I finished trimming, blending the rest of the leg down to it. Back brushing along the way, seeing what hairs stick out, and I just blend it down. And I can keep working my way all the way up the leg like this. Okay, it's good. I'll just do that same thing on this leg. Finish going all the way up.
So when we're trimming the tails, this is a fan tail is what we're doing on him. What that means is it's tight at the base, it gets wider in the middle, and then like a fan, like a fan blade or a propeller, it's shorter at the end. It's an asymmetrical fan shape, so big at the bottom, shorter at the top. Wait. Little turd. Plopped his butt down when I was holding his tail, and the second I let it go, he's like, sweet, I can stand up again. Little stinker. You're looking good, Romeo. Hey, tail's looking pretty good. Wait. Okay, that looks good. Belly looks pretty good. So it looks like his back half is totally done. Now we're going to move on to his front leg. Front legs. Brush everything down past his pads. Cut everything that goes past it. Around the top and the outside. Back brushing in every direction just to make sure that each hair is pulled in the right direction so that you can get them all even. the bottom. Trim everything that comes past the pads. Round the sides and the top. And then back brush the leg and blend it to where you just trimmed the foot. Okay. Legs look good. Good. Yes. You know what that means. We're almost done. We're almost done. Oh, missed the spot. Okay, final step is going to be to finish his head, ears, and then we'll clean his ears to try to get him to shake his head one last time. I'll start with his ears. His mom likes them to be really short at the bottom. Stay. Stay. Okay. Give me a while, boy. Okay, that ear looks good. Do the same thing to this one. Comb all the hair outside. Trim all the ones that come past. And going extra tight. I'm pinching the skin. That way I can trim close to it without risking actually cutting it. I have my thumbs are blocking, so as long as I don't cut my thumbs, I won't cut his ear skin. And we only get that close on the bottom. The rest of the ear, leave maybe a ½ inch from the length of the hair to the edge of the ear. Now I'll compare, make sure the ears look even side to side. Looks like I need to take a little more off the bottom of this one. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Lotus. What are you barking at, little girl?
What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Doing alright. You go, short and sweet.
Sweet.
Glad my hair, is that you guys?
Nope.
It might be these people over here.
That'd be my guess.
Alright. I'm only good as the information I provide. Gotta put my inspector hat. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care. Okay, now the ears are done. I'm going to get the back of the head blended in. Bring this table down good, a little bit. Stay. Okay, back of the head looks pretty good. I'm going to trim up the diamond or the stop. Stay. Stay. It's important that you don't take the diamond too tight on the doodle. Never shade it. Another mistake that I made early on. Looks really bad, and it's not supposed to be shaved on doodles. You want a little bit of fluff on the top of the nose. Hang on, buddy. Almost there. Okay, now that the diamond's good,
Sorry, the audio cut out. Actually lost the camera. Yeah, we've lost this side view camera. Having some issues with the battery. Got to get a better charging cord for it. So if the audio's not quite as good, it's a little more echoey, I apologize. Unfortunately, screwed up. Didn't get the cameras charged all the way. Sucks to suck. Okay, Romy. Let's finish up your face, little boy. We're actually gonna call or text his mama. Tell her we'll be done soon. Alright, now that the top of the head is about done, I'm gonna get her cheeks. His cheeks. Started thinking about the last dog that I was working on. Sorry, Romeo. Didn't mean to call you a girl. Okay, this side looks good. Get this side. I'm gonna loosen the leash. I'm gonna pull on a little too much and it's stretching the skin. Making things look a little funky. Hold still, buddy. Comb everything back. Trim everything that comes past his ear canal. And then blend it forward. Down to his chin. Then we'll comb everything down and out. Stay. Good boy. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to comb the hair down on his chin. Blend in this line where I shaved his neck and blend it into the chin. Stay. No. Romeo, come on. Stay. No. Hold still a little more. Stay. Stay. Nope. 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 Stay. Stay. Okay. Hold still. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to blend his cheeks into his muzzle. I'll comb everything out to the side. Wait. Go ahead and catch his lip hairs since he put it right in my hand. Comb the hairs down that are attached to his top lip. Try not to cut the hairs that are on his bottom lip when I do this. Stay. And kind of just give him a little mustache. Stay. 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 Come on, Romeo. Okay. I'm going to finish up this right side. I'm going to comb the top of his muzzle. Okay. Now I'll come down to his chin. Comb everything forward on his muzzle. Chin, hang on, right here. Okay. His left side's looking good. So now I'm going to come back to his right side. Start with the cheek. Blend the cheek into his muzzle. Come here, Romeo. I'll comb this all down to his chin. Stay. Okay, looks like a little more on top. He's like really close to being done. Stay. Let me up, stay.
Stay. Did you get scared, Lodi? There's looks like a long-haired Dalmatian walking by. Little Lotus down here. Was woofing until she saw it, and then she froze and got quiet. She got a little scared. Silly girl. Stay right there. Wait. Romeo. You're cute. We're close, but something's still just a little off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean his ears, and hopefully that will get him to shake his head. And after he shakes his head, it'll show me a little bit more clearly which hairs are still a little out of place, and I can finish him up and get a really nice, even teddy bear done on him. His ear's a little dirty, his right ear. I don't see inflammation in the ear canal, so I don't think he has an infection coming on, but he has a decent amount of gunk in the folds of his ear right there. Everybody, come. This one's a little dirty too. So let's grab another cotton ball for each of his ears. And then I might also use a couple Q-tips. Stay. Let's start on that. Okay, buddy. That ear looks like it's about done. Okay. Have a couple Q-tips. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, see if he'll shake now. He shook a second ago. I might have missed it. Shake, Romy. Good boy. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Stay. Stay. No, no. Don't turn your head up so much. I can't see it. Come here, silly. Stay. Okay, buddy. You are gorgeous. Oh. Stay. Okay, there we go. Get a picture of him. Can you scoot back? Sit. Sit. Good boy. Stay. You sit. 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 Come on, buddy. Work with me. Stay. Romeo, what's this? What's this? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, you're so adorable. Okay. Okay. Good boy. What a good boy. Alright, everybody. That is going to be the end of Romeo's Groom. Thanks for watching. Sorry that camera died. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Hey, Romeo. Are you cute boy? Are you a cute boy? Yes, you are. Cute boy. Yes, you're adorable. Come here, Romeo.